Hey guys, our question today is the difference between convection, American versus European. We're going to jump right into the Bosch wall oven and check it out, and I'll show you all the differences. Okay? Swing this guy open. Perfect. So once you look inside, you're going to see the fan, and that's the convection right there. So there's different vents on each side. So let's talk about the traditional oven, the oven that you grew up with. It's always going to have a broiler element on top. You see this broiler element. It's a four-way bypass on this one. And then a bake element. Usually the bake element's on top, and now these are hidden bake elements. Makes it a little bit safer and easier to clean. So now in the American convection, you're going to see the broiler element, you're going to see the bake element, then you're going to see the fan. And what the fan's going to do, it's going to turn and actually push the air up to the glass using these vents, okay? So now you're using your American convection. The difference between this and your European convection is you have a third heat source. So picture this broiler element right here, right behind this fan, and it'll heat up. And once it heats up, the fan turns and pumps that third element of air out. So now you have a more precise, you have a, kind of a third heat source that'll heat up in a third of the time faster. So now we're actually cooking a little bit with a little bit more power. And that's really where you get the European convection, or the true convection that some people call it. So when that happens, it doesn't use the broiler element, doesn't use the bake element, just uses the back element, and that's really where you get even cooking from top rack to bottom rack. All right, so just to recap, when we're using the American convection, we're still using the bake element and the broiler elements, but we're using that fan just to push that air from the top and bottom around to circulate. In European convection, we're using the third heat source in the back behind this fan to heat up and push that air through, and now we're using the third heat source. So that's the difference between European and American convection. Hope this helped you guys out. Thanks so much from Don's.